present the lesson plans? Will you share your screen?
Yeah, I'm going to start. So hi everyone, lovely to speak to you again. So I'm going to share my screen now and I can start. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to talk you through and present some of the resources in the planners section of our website, which is this section here. And as Visha said, it's the more prescriptive side of the website, and it's been designed to help teachers plan discrete language lessons by offering ready-made lesson plans and resources. It's important to note that our planning documents are actually called suggested planners, and the activities and the projects that that are included within them are also called suggested. The aim is to offer resources that teachers can adapt to their own context, to their time constraints, to their prior knowledge of the language, and also to the ability of the pupils whom they are teaching. So practitioners can adopt a sort of pick and mix approach to our planners and resources, and they can combine them with, for instance, the responsive resources, which my colleague Nadine will present in a moment. Okay, so if I click on planners here, and I will take the example of French. Here on the demo platform, we have 3 years of PL School, PL School 1, 2, and 3. And PL School 1 will cover your reception, PL School 2 for your year 1, PL School 3 for your year 2. Now, of course, we've developed planners to span the 7 years of the primary curriculum. So our planners go from PL School 1 to PL School 7. And as you can see here, we also have developed for French a nursery some nursery planners and resources which cover a whole year of teaching or more. Actually, you can actually stretch it to last for more than 1 year. So if I'm going to show you a PowerPoint just now, which shows you the general themes over the 7 years of the planners. And so the idea with the planners is we have adopted a clear language and skills progression through the 7 years, whilst being mindful to allow for a spiral approach where language and skills can be recycled and consolidated, and there is real depth and breadth of learning. So this is another overview of the general themes for the 7 years, okay? And within the first year, All About Me, we're talking about obviously saying our name, our age, we've got numbers and colors in there, and for older learners, saying where you live. Then in PLS2, we have Me and My Family, discovering, learning about family members, pets, but also physical description. PLS3, Me and My Health and Wellbeing, we're covering physical needs and emotions, also sports and leisure activities. In PLS4, Me and My School, we're covering obviously the school, uniform and classroom objects and places in the school and people who help us in the school, you teachers. And then PLS5, we've got a year that's a bit of a revision year where we extend topics covered during the first 4 years of language learning, and extend also the pupils' reading and writing skills. Okay. PLS6 is called My Country, so we cover people, traditions, and places. And then in PLS7, we've developed a GarageBand project where we virtually take the pupils over to France or Spain. So that's to show you the overview of the 7 years of the planners. So going back to the website, if this is the first year that your school is using Paralanguage for Schools, you would start with PL School 1. And as you can see on the screen now, PL School 1 covers the 7 years of the 7 stages of the primary school, from reception to year 6. Okay, you can also see that we've divided each year into 4 blocks or terms, which cover the whole school year from September to July. Okay, so now it's time to maybe look at some actual resources so that I can give you a flavor of what we're offering. So let's start with, for instance, you're a reception teacher and you've just started using the website. So you would go into reception block 1. And you would see on this page, you would see your topic areas for the block, for the term. Okay, and a button to download the full planner, which I will show you in a minute. And then underneath that, we have the resources which are attached or associated to each planner. So in this instance, we have 3, 6, 9 resources associated to our PLS1 Block 1 planner. I will show you the planner which I've downloaded here, just to show you what it looks like. Sorry, I should be at the start of this. So this is page 1 of the planner, which has an overview of your topic areas. Here, your key language, the resources available for that block, for that term. And then if we scroll down, we're into the suggested learning experiences for that planner, and a description of each of the class projects that we suggest you put in place for each block. Okay, so there's 2 class projects for each block which are suggested. Just to show you, in contrast to this planner, which is, as I said, the PLS1 reception block 1 planner, I'll show you the same block for PLS6. Sorry, for PLS1 year 6. And this is just to show you how we adapt each planner to the stage of the learners. We're including obviously more ambitious topics and key phrases and key language for each year group. And this, for instance, includes the alphabet and comparing France and Wales. So that's just to show you the progression from reception to year 6.
So can I just add, Elise, just quickly, because it used to be a bit complicated in Scotland to explain this. PLS1, okay, is almost like the first year you do French, Spanish in your school, and it covers the 7 years. Is that right? Because your 10-year-old learners still need to learn about greetings and everything, but it's just the cognitive level is different, but the languageness are the same. Is that right? And so
that's correct.
PLS2 would be the learners have been doing French or Spanish for 2 years. So the language, of course, evolves. There's a progression in the language and also of course, the cognitive level. That's how it works.
Yeah, so the language objectives are roughly the same, but they are also different, because you're not going to have the same language objectives with your reception pupils than with your year 6 pupils. But obviously they're all starting from a point 0 where you need to start teaching the language. And as you can see here that in PL School 2, we've dropped your reception year has disappeared, and in PLS3, oh, everything's disappeared. That's a difficult question for Roz. Okay, is that clear, Richard?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so as well as the comprehensive planners, suggested planners, an important part of this section of the website is the fact that we are supporting specialist and non-specialist teachers with key language documents which can come with sound files attached. Okay, so it's sound files which I'll show you just now, not just for the vocabulary and keywords, but also for phrases, sentences, instructions, praises. So all the language that you need to conduct your class for that term is included in that key language document. As you can see, I'm just scrolling down a few.
This is for teachers, isn't it? That's why it's all translated and
yeah, so we've got the French or Spanish and English, and then we've got the sound files, which I'm not going to play just now, but they just play on the click. Maybe I'll play one.
Ça va super bien.
And it's worked. Okay, and that's aim. Yeah, the aim is for teachers to use these key language, but they can be used for by pupils as well, individually, to revise phrases and words.
just to let you know, you have 3 or 4 minutes. Just
okay, I'm going to be quick. Okay, so sound files are a big plus, we think, in the Paralanguage schools. We've got in sound files on PowerPoints, presentation PowerPoints, for instance, this one comparing France and Wales, c'est au Pays de Galles ou en France, and then it's an activity that's in block 1.
Feel free to answer that question, by the way. Where do you think that is this La France ou le Pays de Galles? Use the chat function, please.
Okay, so you discuss with your pupils, look at the pictures, discuss where could this be, and then the answer slide, c'est en France, and you've got a wee sound file.
C'est en France.
Okay. So that's just to show you that we've included sound files on PowerPoints as well.
And that's
Sorry.
I was just saying this is now for the learners, isn't it? This one that was.
Yeah. Okay, for the learners and to support the teachers in delivering the curriculum. Okay, so just to show you quick tour through other types of resources that we have in the planner section, we've got animations for our key language documents. So our key language, not the key language, but the flashcards come in a PowerPoint format. So here you can see the colors, les couleurs in a PowerPoint, but we also have les couleurs in an animation format. And I'm going to play that to you. And so the idea is that teachers can choose to present
les couleurs.
The vocabulary either using a PowerPoint or using
c'est bleu.
An animation. Okay, so you've got the choice of PowerPoint or animation. Okay. Another thing that I can show you quickly on that same page, we've got some songs, which are our own songs. For instance, this one about colors, the colors of the rainbow. So this is a Paralanguage song. I can play a short section of that.
The old time in the office when Roz started.
Orange et jaune et vert.
Okay, so that's a song that we've created for that on the theme of colors, but we've also included songs which are authentic songs. So, for instance, if I'm going into PLS2 block 3 just now for year 1, we have a song that's a very traditional French song called Mon Âne that covers parts of the body. So these authentic songs are usually YouTube links. So this is just played from YouTube. And this is a very traditional French song on parts of the body. so that's an example of an authentic song, a real song that you can find online. And on this page, no, on the same page, we also have authentic videos, as in videos of French or Spanish children speaking, talking about themselves. So this one is also linked to parts of the body. It's a little girl describing herself. That's the word I'm looking for.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Eva, j'ai 12 ans. J'ai les yeux verts, j'ai les cheveux blonds.
Okay, so that's just just to give you a flavor of some of the resources. You can always put your videos in full screen if you want. And just to finish with, that's my last one, Richard, I promise.
Thank you.
Very, very quickly, just to let you know that in block 4 of each of the PL School years, in block 4, we've included a story or an activity that recaps, consolidates, and broadens all the structures and vocabulary covered in the first 3 blocks. Okay, that was a long sentence. So block 4 in PLS1 has a lovely little story called Camille va au marché, with text or without text. And again, it's an animation and of this little story of that recaps all the vocabulary and structures from the first year, from PLS1. Okay, so everything I've shown you is in French, but the same exists in Spanish, and it's except for the nursery program. And if you have any questions, I think they come at the end. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Elise. So